For more than 30 years, hundreds of thousands of babies were taken from their unmarried mothers in what was known as the forced adoption era. Zara Phillips was among them.
They put me straight into foster care. I felt like a mistake.
Now, after 60 years of searching, she's hoping to finally find out the full truth about her childhood.
How did it go?
I'm a bit in shock, I think. I feel nervous, yeah, a little nervous. Definitely didn't sleep great.
This is the day Zara Phillips from North London has been waiting for nearly 2 years. She's getting ready to pick up what she hopes will be her full adoption records.
When you're younger, you're just told, oh, you're adopted, be grateful. That's it. Your mother was young. That was my story.
It's a chance to finally fill in some of the gaps from her earliest years.
You know, it's taken a long time to say, this is rightfully mine. Everything that's written on these pieces of paper is about me.
In 1964, Zara says she was taken from her mother as a baby simply because she was unmarried. After 2 months in foster care, she was later adopted. Her personal files from this time are held by the council, and she's just had a meeting with a social worker to piece together her own history.
How did it go?
I got very emotional. I was surprised at how emotional I got. I'm a bit in shock, I think.
Well,
Should
we go and sit down?
Yeah.
The period from the 1940s to the late 1970s is known as the forced adoption era. Thousands of unmarried mothers were considered unsuitable parents and their children taken. The legacy of that time casts a long shadow.
I felt like a mistake. You know, living with the unknown is really like torture.
Talk me through how it describes you and your parents.
Well, it describes me, Paula Sampson, which was the name I was given.
At birth.
Is the illegitimate child of an English girl aged 17 years.
In the 1980s, Zara traced her birth mother and later found her father. But gaps about her childhood remained, and these files are the only account of her earliest moments.
She went back to the hospital and they put me straight into foster care, and they didn't tell her.
So she didn't even have a chance to say goodbye?
No.
And seeing that in black and white through these documents.
Can't imagine.
It's hard to read as well.
Yeah. And I can't imagine as a mother, you know, your baby's just gone.
She's pored over every last detail, but her file is still incomplete.
They've actually told me that some of this isn't all my records, and I thought today I would get everything.
So there are still bits missing even after all this time?
Yes, yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Frustrated.
Say sorry, Summer!
Last summer, Zara helped to organise a protest at Westminster. For many, access to records is a major issue, even though councils have a legal duty to respond to requests for personal information, something I put to the Information Commissioner.
I have some sympathy with local authorities. They have a lot of duties, a lot of responsibilities, but this is not optional. This is not voluntary. This is a statutory obligation, and if they don't resource it in a way that means they can meet people's statutory rights, then we can come after them.
And come after them, what does that mean? Large fines?
It may mean fines, but we're really focused on getting people the information that they're entitled to.
It's a complete nightmare.
In Shropshire, Verity's search for information has been a long and distressing one.
I don't know who I am. I don't feel like I belong in any family. This way, girls, this way.
Born in the 1950s to an unmarried mother in the Midlands, Verity was adopted at 7 weeks old. Her childhood was a happy one, but questions over her identity were never far away.
I'm a square peg in a round hole. I don't fit anywhere.
What toll has that taken on you?
I try and be upbeat, and I am an upbeat personality, but it has brought me to the brink. I've been on the verge of suicide on 2 occasions that I can think of seriously.
Her search for the truth has stretched over decades. It was last November when Verity finally found out for certain who her father was, by which time he had already died.
It's too late. He'd gone. He's not here. But you can't help but think, well, what would it have been like? Adoption is about loss, and that's quite sad.
Her search for information from councils has been met with errors and delays.
I was a nobody right from the word go, but I'm not a nobody. So don't treat me like one. Treat me with a bit of respect. You are infantilised forever, and if they would just give you the information that you should have right at the beginning, right when you should have it, and stop all this messing about and all the lies.
In response, councils have blamed the delays on the time it can take to access older paper records, but said they will act with compassion. But for too many people, getting hold of the answers that can unlock their own identity has become a long battle. Sarah Corker, ITV News.